Galileo. It's magnificent to see him up close, and 23 years of age. He looks fantastic, doesn't he?
He does. He looks fantastic, and he's just a brilliant servant who's like the records he's set is incredible. Like, he took on Dane Hill's 85 Group 1 winners and topped it with 90 and counting. This weekend is the Epsom Derby, Epsom Oaks, and it was him and his sister, the paternal sister. Imagine they won it 20 years ago, and that kind of set the precedence for the farm that what they were doing was right and to drive on. Like, he's sired Group 1 winners over 6 furlongs to 2.5 miles with Gold Cups. Like, there's just literally everything he has done. He has mastered broodmare sire of Guineas winners and many other successful horses. So he's just ticked every box along the way, and then you saw how good his temperament is, and it's another key trait that he passed on to so many animals.
Wooden Bassett here, who we can see in the stable. He's a new stable star here now.
Yes,
to the studs, and he was a very fast horse at 2 years of age, and probably didn't cover a huge amount of mares in France, but was very successful what he did, and he's going to be very busy here with yourselves in Coolmore.
Yeah, look, he's a real rags to riches story. He ended up from that first crop with 23 foals. He ended up siring a European champion at Almanzor. I think anyone who was in Leopardstown the day he won the Champion Stakes will never forget. I think it was 7 Group 1 winners were in the race, and I think it was the best race in Europe that year when he won it. It was incredible, and he was last turning in. So that's the ability that Wooden Bassett adds to his horses. He's sired Abbey winners over 5 furlong winner last week. He the Coolmore Prix Saint Alary winner in Inkerville. So he's a brilliant race horse. He was a exceptional stallion. He's really just upgrading those mares, and he's an outcross as well for those Galileo mares, which is so important to us.
And he's covered a lot of mares this season then?
Yeah, he's been busy. The very full book. He's a healthy full book of mares, and he's going to set off now to Australia for the second half of the year, and has a nice healthy full book there as well. He's covered some beautiful mares, not just our own, but supported by all the leading studs and breeders across Europe and the world actually. And his success in America as well is unprecedented. So I think that's fed into the booking of the nominations to him.
Australia, a Derby winner, son of Galileo as well. Couldn't get over his temperament. So laid back, so quiet for a stallion.
Yeah. He's just a lovely horse to be around. He was a fantastic racehorse. If you remember his Guineas, he ran in a brilliant Guineas. He was on the wrong side of the track, but he ran against Night of Thunder and Kingman. When you look back at that, what they've done at stud, it's been an incredible stallion making race. And then he went and won the Derby. We saw last night in Leopardstown, he had a 2-year-old that won first time out by 5.5 lengths. So he's ticking every box. He's getting classic winners, he's getting Breeders' Cup winners. We really have some really nice horses to follow by him, and I know like Jesse Harrigan has a number of them as well. We've got Udinata in the second half of the season, Ken Pepper. He's a really nice horse, and he's delivering at the top table now, so it's very exciting.
The one that stood out for me, obviously, apart from Galileo, was Churchill. He's a magnificent horse, so strong, isn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of an outlier for the rest of Galileos. He's not your typical one. He's out of an American Stormcat mare.
You mentioned she's very big.
Yeah, she's a big, strong mare herself. So he'd pass on a lot of the qualities from his dam side. But you could see that he was a brilliant 2-year-old, which when you see him in the flesh would surprise you because he's just so big and strong. Yeah. And then he went on to win Jewel Guineas. So his 2-year-olds are starting to run and win now. It's going to be an interesting second part of the season. I know alone from between talking to Dunica and Joseph and Aidan that there's some very nice horses to run for the second half of the season now, and they're starting to really enter them up into, you can see, the top 2-year-old races for the rest of the year.
I'm sure like most fans of flat racing, we all love fast horses, and we've seen No Nay Never, and it's great to see him up close. He's a typical sprinter, big, strong, burly boy, and he's very busy, and he's going to be very popular for you as well going forward, and has been very successful.
Yeah, he's incredible what he's done to this point, because the next crop of yearlings will be the first big bunch of yearlings that are off the higher fee. So his best days are ahead of him. But like, he's getting, like you saw, he got a July Cup winner, he's got a Middle Park winner, he's got a Cheveley Park winner. Like he's ticking all the speed races. He was an incredibly fast 2-year-old himself as well. So he's certainly passing on that trade. And again, he's by Scat Daddy, he's out in elusive quality mare, so he's an outcross for all our Galileo mares as well. And his son lives across the yard from him then as well, in 10 Sovereigns. He's keeping an eye on 10 Sovereigns. Another brilliant horse. He actually nearly ran in the 150 years of the two Group 1s and Newmarket for the 2-year-olds, he nearly broke the track record or the race record in both of them. So he was one of the fastest winners of the July Cup, and he was one of the fastest winners in the Middle Park ever.
Do you have a favourite, Mark?
I think, well, Wootton Bassett is a new boy that, of course, we all like the new shiny horse. But I think, no, you mentioned Australia would be a firm favourite of mine. He's just such a lovely horse to be around. And then his father, Galileo, like, is just, he's a lovely horse to be around. He's so kind, and he's passed that on to Australia and so many of his sons here.
Good. Listen, Mark, thanks very much for taking the time. You've given us a fantastic tour around to see all the stallions and the ones that you took out, and very best luck for the year ahead.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.